So I guess it's safe to say now that Raw and SmackDown are both run by different companies altogether. So there were some things which were announced beforehand, like Roman Reigns is going to feature on the show, Becky Lynch is going to go up against Maxine. So after making his 1000 return last week, today Roman Reigns kicks off the show. He makes his entrance, he asks the crowd to acknowledge him, and immediately gets interrupted by Bronson Reed and Paul Heyman. Now this is a good thing that he is being interrupted by Bronson Reed and no one else, because it was Bronson Reed who took him out of action in Clash. So it makes sense that Roman Reigns goes after him, and we are getting Bronson Reed and Roman Reigns again. So both Bronson Reed and Paul Heyman starts teasing Roman Reigns about how he was carried out on stretches after the Clash in Paris match. Bronson Reed also mentions Roman Reigns' father and uncle about how they will feel if they look from the heaven, about how they will feel when they look from the heaven that their son is being carried out on the stretcher. Then Roman Reigns shuts them up, asks for a fight then and there only. Then Paul Heyman stops Bronson Reed, and then Paul Heyman announces that if Roman Reigns and Bronson Reed are going to fight, it will be on their terms, not Roman Reigns. So then Paul Heyman announces that Bronson Reed and Roman Reigns will go one-on-one once again at Crown Jewel in an Australian street fight match. Like, how is it different from a normal street fight match? Are the Australian streets different than American streets? Anyway, so we are getting Roman Reigns and Bronson Reed part 2 at Crown. After that, Bronson Reed and Paul Heyman starts to leave, but Roman Reigns again stops them and invites him to a fight, Bronson Reed. And I think this is a good thing for Bronson Reed, that Roman Reigns is making his return and not going after the World Heavyweight Champion. He is doing everything in his power to make sure that after this feud, Bronson Reed comes out even more stronger. So now we have our 5th match announced for the Crown Jewel. 4 matches are already announced. This is our 5th match, Bronson Reed versus Roman Reigns in an Australian street fight. But this was not the end for Roman Reigns on the show. We saw him in bunch of backstage segments. Like, there is lot of happening in Bloodline storyline. So what we will do is we will discuss it chronologically, but first we will get all the stuff that happened throughout the show out of the way, then we will discuss it at the end. Then we see a backstage segment with Asuka discussing with Adam Pearce about a potential match between Kairi Sane and Io Sky. They are playing it so well with Asuka's character right now that according to her character, she knows that even after beating up Io Sky and Rhea Ripley for weeks and weeks and weeks, Kairi Sane still has a soft spot for Io Sky. So she wants to make sure, like, when they go into the match at Crown Jewel, there is no empathy between Kairi Sane and Io Sky. And to make that happen, she goes to Adam Pearce and sets the matchup. Then we also get a confirmation that CM Punk is going to be on the show as well. He's returning to the show after 2 weeks. He was nowhere to be seen after WrestlePalooza. So he is going to be on the show today. Next up, we have Maxine going after Becky Lynch. After their segment last week, this match was announced. Now, what I thought was this match was going to be used to set up Becky Lynch versus AJ Lee at Crown Jewel or any other future date. But what happened was completely different. So match starts. Match was good. Match was decent. This is probably Maxine's best match till now in WWE. At least on the main roster. I don't know about her NXT days. As the match progresses, we see so many near falls where we see Maxine is going to win, but Becky Lynch kicks out. We see Becky Lynch going after Maxine, but Maxine kicks out. Match was going good until the end. The end, I don't know what to say. Becky Lynch gets involved. So basically what happens is Becky Lynch gets involved in a heated argument with the referee. Then she goes out of the ring, beats Maxine up, and then climbs up onto the announce table and then just start showing up to the crowd. And the referee starts the count. And Becky Lynch was so into herself that she forgot that referee is counting. So Maxine gets into the ring just to beat the count. And referee counts to 10. Becky Lynch loses the match. So this was surprising that they went with this route. They gave Maxine a well-deserved win, but nothing happened with Becky Lynch and AJ Lee. So I don't know what future holds for Becky Lynch and the IC title. Then we have the match which was announced last week as well, Lyra versus Roxanne. Again, this match was also good, but all the matches which has happened today, the matches were good, the matches were decent. It's the end where the interesting things happened. With this match as well, we see Bayley accompanying Lyra. We also see Bayley helping Lyra during the match. In the closing moments, Bayley helps Lyra. Then Raquel attacks Bayley. Then Lyra attacks Raquel. Then Roxanne attacks Lyra and takes the win. I think the only thing to look forward from all this is that WWE is trying to set up too many women tag teams. So I think they are leading all this like Roxanne and Raquel, Becky, Roxanne and Raquel, Bayley, Lyra. All this will somehow lead to women's tag team. If that happens, good. Because if don't, where will this feud head? Then we see CM Punk making his way to the ring. He acknowledges that Dallas, Texas crowd is so loud today. And they were loud. Then he explains why he was out of action for 2 weeks. He says due to Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins are going one-on-one at Crown Jewel. On Cody Rhodes' request, CM Punk has stayed out from this whole feud. But then he announces that once Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins are done, he's going after that World Heavyweight Championship. Again, as he is saying this, he is interrupted by LA Knight. Then LA Knight comes to the ring and then he announces that he is going after the title as well. And then he gets interrupted by Jey Uso, who comes to the ring, and then he also announces that he is going to go after the title as well. So we get a little Clash in the Paris reunion here. And now since there is a huge animosity between LA Knight and Jey Uso, LA turns his attention to Jey Uso and start addressing him. In the meantime, we have Jimmy Uso making his way to the ring as well. And as he is approaching the ring, LA Knight says that he has no problem with Jimmy Uso, but Jey Uso needs to stop being little Roman. Like he refers Jey Uso as a little Roman, and that angers Jey Uso, and he goes to hit a super kick to LA Knight. Then Jey Uso turns his attention to CM Punk. Jimmy Uso tries to stop both of them, CM Punk and Jey Uso, but in a heated argument, CM Punk pushes Jimmy Uso away and punches Jey Uso. Now that tips Jimmy Uso off the cliff, and he in turn super kicks CM Punk. So now we get LA Knight, CM Punk versus the Uso as the main event for today's Raw. Now we again see a backstage segment, but here we have Becky Lynch, Paul Heyman, Seth Rollins sitting in a room. Becky Lynch is bickering about how that particular one referee has been going against Becky Lynch, and then she leaves. And then we get Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman discussing about what will happen if Seth Rollins loses at Crown Jewel. He asks Paul Heyman that what can be the repercussions if Seth Rollins loses to Cody Rhodes again. Then Paul Heyman states that if Seth Rollins loses to Cody, he will lose the locker room, he will lose the trust of Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker, his vision, he will lose everything he has built. Seth Rollins has built over the years. But then Seth Rollins stops Paul Heyman and asks him again, like, what will happen if he loses between him and Paul Heyman. Then Paul Heyman suddenly changes his tune and he says if Cody Rhodes beats Seth Rollins again, then Paul Heyman will start regretting his decision to turn on Roman Reigns. So they are already planting a seed for potential turn of Paul Heyman on Seth Rollins, and they are doing such a great work showing how Seth Rollins is of two minds. Like they showed a video package as well where they cleared all the doubts about the feud, like why Seth Rollins needs this win so bad. Like in a video package they showed that Seth Rollins did everything in his power to help Cody finish his story and beat Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. As a result, he lost his own world title match against Drew McIntyre. He got injured, yet he came out to help Cody Rhodes on night 2 of WrestleMania. And how Cody, just after 6 months of WrestleMania, teamed with Roman Reigns. So WWE has been doing such a great job, at least for this match, Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins. We cannot say the same for other matches, but this match, since there is so much history with both of them, WWE has been doing some fine work with this match. Then we have Io Sky versus Kairi Sane. The match happens. Kairi Sane picks up the win with the help of Asuka. Then both of them beat Io Sky. What's interesting to see here is Rhea Ripley was nowhere to be seen. Then we see a 6-man tag match with AJ Styles, Dragon Lee joined by Penta versus the Judgment Day. We also see a backstage segment where this match was set up. This match was good. We also see Rusev interrupting the match, taking out Dominic Mysterio. Then AJ Styles picking up the win for the team. AJ Styles picks up the mic and starts addressing the crowd about his match against John Cena, that both John Cena and AJ Styles doesn't need a story. Like, there is so much history between both of them that match with that there is so much history with both of them that they don't need a story. They will deliver at Crown Jewel. They will leave their bodies. They both will put their bodies on the line because crowd wanted it. So I think they are playing with what cards they have as of now, because Cena is nowhere to be seen. He is directly going to come to the Crown Jewel. So they are doing the best in their power to build that match. So now it's time for the main event. But before we discuss the main event, we should discuss all the stuff that happened throughout the show with the Bloodline. So after Roman Reigns' brawl with Bronson Reed, we see a backstage segment where Roman Reigns is accompanied by the Uso. Jimmy Uso says that for his match against Bronson Reed, they both got his back. Now this is interesting. Jimmy Uso says they both got his back, like Jimmy and Jay. But Jay Uso says, I got your back. So they are slowly building, not maybe for a heel Jay Uso run, but for a solo Jay Uso run with a different character. After hearing both of them, Roman Reigns says that he doesn't need anyone's help and Jey Uso should focus on his opportunity to get back the World Heavyweight Championship. And then Jey Uso leaves. Now what happens after this is more interesting. Roman Reigns stares at Jimmy Uso and says that he hears and sees everything, referring to Jimmy Uso's line to Jey Uso, like it was SmackDown or Raw, like 2-3 weeks ago. Jimmy Uso referred Jey Uso as he's acting like Roman Reigns. Like Roman Reigns asked Jimmy Uso, like, what's wrong with Jey Uso asking for my advice? And they both have a stare down and Roman Reigns leaves. Which means that they are going to bring the Bloodline story again, but this time with Jey Uso at the center of things. Then we see that promo segment with Jey Uso interrupting LA Knight and everything that happens that sets up the match, the tag match in the main event. After that, we see another backstage segment where Jey Uso is talking to Roman Reigns and he's all angry and Jimmy Uso joins them. Then we see Jey Uso starts questioning Jimmy Uso's loyalty towards his brother, and he asks Jimmy Uso which side he's on, and he leaves. Now we again see Jimmy Uso and Roman Reigns talking to each other, but this time Jimmy Uso says to Roman Reigns to stop messing with Jay's head. Jimmy says that he knows Jey Uso more than anyone else. He also says that Jey Uso is more like Jimmy Uso and not like Roman Reigns. But in return, Roman Reigns states that when Jey Uso won that World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania, he became more like Roman than Jimmy Uso. So they are already planting the seeds for potential breakup or anything like Bloodline 3.0 is going to happen. Now how the MFTs are going to get involved, or they are going to get involved or not, that's to be seen. So after this segment, we have the match at the main event. CM Punk, LA Knight versus the Uso. All four superstars make their entrances. Both Jimmy and Jay make their entrance together. So for now, they both are on good terms. Then the match starts. The match is good. Like all the matches that happened on tonight's show were good. In the closing moments, we see Jey Uso spearing CM Punk, and then he goes for a splash, but he gets distracted by LA Knight, and CM Punk takes advantage of that, and he hits Jey Uso with the GTS, but LA Knight tags himself in and pins Jey Uso instead of CM Punk. So tensions are brewing between LA Knight, CM Punk and Jey Uso, and you add the Bloodline stuff, all the Bloodline stuff that has been happening throughout the weeks. I think things are going into the right direction. So after the debacle of WrestlePalooza, WWE has pulled things back a little bit. They have delivered two of the best Raw episodes of the year. But now that's the thing, right? If you look at Raw and then you look at SmackDown, there is so much disparity. WWE will have to find some balance that they are able to deliver both show properly. Like as of now, the difference between SmackDown and Raw is of day and night. So as of now, where the things are standing, they are moving strongly towards the crown jewel. As compared to WrestlePalooza, the build-up for crown jewel has been strong. They just need to keep the momentum going. Thank you.